All right, everyone, here we go with an energy weather update. What did I say during the, well, no, seriously, what did I say? What did I say during the weekly reading? I said it was kind of a punch in the mouth week, didn't I? Yeah, the environmental energies around us, I'm going to modify it. There's a lot of change. Change is the name of the game. We got the little bumpy road you're on before change happens, big tower falls, and then you get to the smooth road. But it is, like I said in the weekly reading, the environmental energies around us feel like you want to punch somebody in the teeth. You know, it is what it is. But what I've got here right now is I've got an energy, I'm going to say a week, but it probably stretches until about the 21st. And that's probably what I'll put in the title. Something like the 13th or 12th, really, is kind of when it started, to the 21st, of things not going according to plan. Okay, that's all. But it's what I told you in the Mercury retrograde reading. I said things may not go according to plan, but afterward you're glad they happened. You're like, oh, I'm glad that happened that way. Right? We talked about that. It's kind of what's here. Actually, what's here is a little bit more higher power, if you will. There's a lot of major arcana here in the pre-shuffle, in the surface energy. I got the Tower crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. Things may not go according to plan. He thinks he could sit here, take a smoke break all day, whatever. These are rotting on the vine. You got to get these to the store quickly, right? It's a bit of that. But it is, I'll say, God's plan, the energy's plan, the universe's plan, Yugelbon's plan, whatever the fuck you believe in, I don't care. Whatever it is, believe in something, even if you believe in nothing, right? Right here. It's major arcana, the World, the most powerful card I could pull, the Hermit, the Sun, the Fool. I mean, look at this fucking pre-shuffle. Look at it. It's all major arcana. Major, 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 except you, right there. And I'm not saying you're so shit stupid as to think that you're going to just sit there all day and take a break. I'm not comparing you to this asshole. I'm just saying it's an energy where you got a plan. He thinks everything's running smooth. I promise him it is not. Okay? There's a plan that you got. And then there's a plan that the energy around you, the universe or God has. And whatever whatever you believe in, right? So whatever the case, you got no control over all that major arcana. So enjoy your smoke break, motherfucker. Okay? And I say motherfucker with love. That's your reading. There you go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm shuffling for it right now. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. But if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a Time Lord. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. But I can tell you, there's a lot of shit. I got friends that have nothing to do with this channel that I love because they validate some of the energies I'm reading. They help me see. They give me some juxtaposition on it, right? Sometimes it's difficult because if you're a fan of the channel, you're inclined sometimes to, oh, that was right. Oh, that was this or that was that. But somebody who just has nothing to do with it is a terrific thing to watch. And I will tell you, there's a lot of things, plans not going right, but turning out okay in the end, all of that is happening. All of it. It's fucking hilarious. All right, 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's see where we go. Bottom of the deck. Environmental energy. How are we going to deal with this? Again, I'm seeing it happening now, but not unlike the Mercury retrograde reading, which is Mercury retrograde is really tied to this, right? There's a Kazemi, where Mercury retrograde, I love calling it that, where Mercury retrograde is influenced by the sun. That happened, I think that was yesterday on Sunday, I'm pretty sure. Something around, but I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. But yeah, so Mercury retrograde is highlighted. It's in the spotlight, But it is that retrograde where shit goes wrong, it doesn't go according to plan, and then you find out later that you're glad it happened that way. And that's what I've got here. What's happening right now is things are actually setting up for a solid foundation for you for something that's off in the distant future. So the way you should behave, this reading is about how you should behave in the environmental energies. You don't control the energies that come in. You only control how you can behave within it, right? How you should behave within these energies is with a laugh, with a smile, with a like, oh my God, here we go. You can even yell fucking Steve to the universe. Fucking Steve, he said plans wouldn't go according to plan. Oh my God, here it is. Right, just have a chuckle. Find the humor in it. I think that came out in the new moon reading in the extended, I think somewhere, where some of the advice was like, hey, find a way to laugh at it. Okay, so something's setting up here for your future. Yeah, it is. Making your future easier, the Six of Swords. Alleviating anxiety. Yeah. And then there's that Queen of Swords. Things are being cut out. There's an energy of, and this is part of the lead up. I'll pull the 3 cards in a second, but this is about environmental energy anyway, and that's what's at the bottom of the deck. So this year's Lionsgate, I keep talking about it, it's about separating the wheat from the chaff, and the chaff goes away without any effort from you. So it's almost as though the way it feels to someone like me, it feels like a higher power, the hand of God or whatever, is reaching in and just taking care of shit. And there's nothing you can do about it except sit back and laugh and go, well, why the hell did it do that? Right? So whatever it is you believe in, whether it's energy, God, Yugal Von, whatever it is, you have to assume that it's not making mistakes. You're not going to just think it's making a mistake, it's a fuck up. I believe, I've read the Bible a few times, maybe 100 or more. I don't think anywhere in there you're supposed to look at God and go, what a fuck up. I don't think that's in there. I don't remember reading that. Okay? So, again, the universe has your back. You got to have faith that the universe has your back here. All right? Let's go. 3 cards. That environmental energy is crossing this. Something is setting up for your future. The energy around us takes the long view. Hyper long. Longer than you can see. It sees around corners. It sees whatever. It's our free will decisions that fuck it up. All right? I don't think most people, there are some, about 1 in 1,000 people, there are here, and their soul energy isn't with them. They have no soul. Edgar Cayce wrote about it. He wrote extensively about it, but it was written about long before that. The 1 in 1,000 kind of comes from him. I don't know if it's that many or if it's fewer. But there are a few people who their life just ends, it ends poorly, and it had nothing to do with their free will decisions. It was just supposed to, go poorly, and they're just here. They're just cogs, as I like to call them. I don't think if you're here watching tarot readings, that would be you, right? If you're a troll watching a tarot reading and just picking on it and looking for trouble and look at whatever, look at what he said, look at what he did, that kind of a thing, it might be you. It could be. You could be a cog. It is possible. But for most of you watching, you've got a damn fine working soul. So don't use your free will against your own best interests. All right? Try to limit that. All right, here we go. 3 cards. Let's go. Oh, these 2 want to come out together. Let's take them, right? All right. King of Swords and the Emperor. Fucking hell. These 2 want to come out together. Holy shit. Let's take them, right? Queen of Cups and the 4 of Cups. And what's here? Just one. The 4 of Pentacles. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. Right? It's a famous speech, but it's kind of here. It's kind of here. Something is happening within the energies right now. Things aren't going, that didn't go well, right? She said, let's go have lunch in the woods. If a girl asks you to go have lunch in the woods, or a boy, whatever, we can flip it. Okay, why are we going in the woods? Don't ask questions and don't talk about frogs, all right? Make sure you got some protection and go. Whatever it is, use a leaf when you get, I don't fucking care. Whatever the case here, right? Didn't go according to plan. It's my desert queen. Something is going to disappoint you in the energy. Sometime between now and Lionsgate, I would imagine. I don't control these energies. Something's going to disappoint you in this energy. The universe has your back. It's actually giving you more control than what you realize. I'm going to pull on this. This is the only one I'm going to pull on because it's important. Because I don't know whether, just with the base energy here, it could be both because there's so many people watching, but I don't know whether to tell you you should make sure you're in awe of that higher power that has your back, or if you need to hold back a little bit on the power, right? Hold back a little bit because you could, if you assume what the universe is up to, you could do some damage. You know what I'm saying? So just lay back a little bit. All right, let's clarify this. It's my Jay Leno energy. Jay Leno and the Lamborghini energy, right? It's one of my favorite Jay Leno stories, driving around town in a Lamborghini, right? Pull up to a fucking stoplight. Everybody wants to race you, Everybody does. But if you dump the clutch in one of those motherfuckers, it'll cost you a fortune. They break quite easily. You burn shit out quite easily in those cars. You've got to drive them very restrictively. If you drive them like Mario Andretti, fucking race car driver, you're going to be in the shop for a lot of expenses quite often. So he made the joke. He said, everybody, there's Honda Civics all over town that think they're faster than a Lamborghini. Because I'm not racing. You're racing. I'm not racing. Kind of a thing. You got to lay back on this energy, or you'll wind up in the shop. You'll wind up on your back with it for some reason. I think that's the primary energy that's here. All right. Let's see where we go. So you got to keep your ego in check, right? I mean, let me help you with the lateral thinking. Part of that story is ego, right? You could totally beat that Honda Civic with the fucking Lamborghini, but you got to control yourself. You got to put that down and let the guy think he won, All right, it's crossed by the King of Cups. It's a good way to describe this energy a little bit. Be reserved. Be reserved. Hold back a little bit. We'll find out why in a second. What's on top? The Fool and the Two of Wands and Temperance. Yeah, the universe has your back for sure. I'm going to give you a tip. I'm going to put it this way, okay? First of all, if you have a Lamborghini, don't race everybody around town. It'll cost you too much money. Second of all, don't make too many plans. Make your plans a little more short range when you're making plans in the upcoming energy, okay? Oh, no, there's a better way to phrase it. Okay, I'll take it back. Something happens that disappoints you. Something doesn't go according to plan. You have to adjust your plans. When you adjust your plans, I'm giving you a tip of how to behave in this energy. Okay, that's what these readings are. So something disappoints you, you have to adjust your plans. When you adjust your plans, don't adjust them too far out. Let the universe, God, source, whatever, do the long range thinking. You need to keep your ego in check, even though your brain is a Lamborghini, I'm sure, right? You need to keep your ego in check and just make your plans short range. Let the universe then, these energies will then show you, they will reveal things to you that you need to know to take the plan a step further and a step further. You see what I'm saying? So the universe will walk you to the long range if you just make short range and adjust as things go wrong, and it makes a correction in your trajectory, for lack of a better way to put it. Okay? It's a bit of that. It's the easiest way for me to put it. I don't know how else to phrase it. Okay? There is a bit of ego in check here, though, because I've got ego over here if I'm to flip that energy. Just like my Jay Leno Lamborghini story, right? It's hard to lose. When you're driving a car that you know you could kick everybody's ass around you, it's hard to let some fucker blowing black smoke out the back of a 76 Honda Civic or something, think that they're winning, think that they're beating you. But you have to sometimes, for the sake of your wallet, your sanity, if you will. Because if you don't keep your ego in check here, and you go ahead and just, I'm adjusting the plans, but I'm going to keep them really long range. I'm going to keep them really far out. If you do that, then it'll keep going wrong, and your ego will get chunked away at, and then eventually you'll end up in a state of depression. This is what's going to happen with most people, because they're not here, they're not talking to somebody like me to get this energy. Plans are going to go wrong, they're going to adjust them, but they're going to keep them long range, they're going to keep getting disappointed, they're going to keep going wrong, and then they're going to end up in a state of depression. It's exactly what's going to happen. You pay attention, you'll see it all around you, okay? It's not going to happen to you. And that's that's why you're here. You're here to get a reading. I'm giving you the reading. So something's going to go wrong, it's going to disappoint you in this energy. When is this energy? I'm not a Time Lord. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, but I would guess between now and Lionsgate. You'll have to adjust a plan in some way. Perhaps going wrong is too extreme for some of you. You'll have to adjust a plan. When do you adjust the plan? Adjust it just a little bit. Then you'll get information that will show you how to adjust it more and get it right. If you just crank it up all the way at first, you're going to break something, okay? And then you're going to end up back at zero again, having to reset. It's the easiest way I can put it, and that's all I'm going to say. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Something about love. Let's talk about love, the Queen of Cups right there. And that's a good one. That's not my desert queen that's right there. Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. Let's see where we go. What else you want to tell these people? One card, the crossing card. One card. The King of Cups. Okay, and it's breaking. You see where it's breaking? You see that little thing right there? We want to see what that is. Oh, it's the goat. Okay. So King of Cups and a devil crossing what? The Five of Cups. Yeah. It might. This is very specific. It's sort of along the lines of this, but it's sort of a branch off of this energy. Okay? Somebody out there, I don't like sounding like a TV preacher. Somebody out there watching right now, I'll go Preacher Steve on it, is bummed out that they can't seem to meet anybody good or find good love. That's a broad statement. It probably applies to a lot of you. When I say bummed out, I mean somebody's on the edge here. Somebody's about to give up. Somebody's about to say fuck it or whatever. It's that damn goat that's making you do that. Where is he? Where it's people like that. And that goat that wanted to reveal itself in here. I don't even know where the fuck it is. I don't even care anymore. All right. The message you're getting, you shouldn't be getting in this. The energy is actually trying to tell you to keep trying and keep putting out a little bit more and more love each time. And I know somebody's going to say, I can't do that, Steve. Again, we've already seen the Queen of Cups at the bottom, the most love I could pull. This is the flow of emotion. You've got to keep your emotions flowing. There's something, the universe is trying to send you something, but it can't send it to you in this. All this is doing is attracting that goat, right? The devil, the goat with its feet on fire. I pulled another card to prove to you what I'm saying. This is the message in the energy. This is how you should, ideally, I'm not here to tell you what you should do or should. I'm just saying, ideally, you should apply more emotion, okay? But not in this direction, in a positive direction. Talk to people about what you want. Talk to the universe about what you want. Emotionally, have an emotional conversation to the universe about who and what you want. Could be it doesn't have to be a person. Maybe it's a new life you're trying. I want a better life. I want a better circle of friends. I want this. I want that. Have a chat with it, but put some deep emotion in it. What's happening is you're slipping because you're not getting what you want, and you're sliding into that. And that's just attracting that goat. And what's going to happen is you're going to attract more of that. You need more of that. That's a message for somebody. Okay? It's good advice for all of you, right? But it's definitely a message for somebody who's slipping off the edge. And you're just going to keep getting more and more depressed. It's what I said over here about people that aren't going to behave properly in this energy, right? They're going to adjust their plan, but keep it long range. It's going to fail again and again and again because you're supposed to keep it short range and let the information come in. Information is power. The information shows you how to make it longer range, right? So just adjust it a little bit. But most people aren't here to hear this. They're going to keep adjusting it and failing, and they're going to get in that. Somebody watching's already there about something. Have a chat with yourself, with the universe. When you have a chat with yourself, you're kind of chatting to the universe anyway, okay? It's great energy because you've got great potential here. But if you get trapped in that, that's all you're going to get. And you're going to get more of it. It's going to spiral and spiral and spiral. Try some meditation, Queen of Pentacles, all right? And in that information, King of Swords, you're likely to get some information coming your way, okay? You're likely to get it. So whoever this is for, you'd know you're already in 5 cups. You're already ready to give up. You've probably yelled at the video and said, fuck you, Steve. I don't give a fuck what you say about 3. Somebody, fuck off. I hear you. Okay, try to chill out. That's the goat talking. You're better off being a great horned owl than a goat. Okay? All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.